So we're here today with Jenny and Milan. It's been a year since we last sat down together. Have you developed a stronger working relationship? What's happened over a year?
Lots happened over the year. Definitely a stronger working relationship. No doubt about that.
Yes. We kicked off, was like just the August that we had a little break.
Yeah.
But just a quick break, and after that it was full on, and it's been a one great and crazy year.
It has.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's been really great, I think, because we work together so closely and for such a long period of time. You really see, we see each other grow. We see each other really take ownership of the project. We see the rest of the team also come in. It's a really big team, lots of new faces, and that is just a really beautiful thing. It's been a really great experience. This guy is crushing it. I love this guy. He's doing a great job. Couldn't have done it without him.
We talked, and I learned a lot, and just all the themes, just like how we grew and how we developed the whole process. Just thank you so much for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much love.
Milan, how does it feel watching hundreds of WordPress friends from all over the world discover Belgrade for the very first time?
I think I wasn't aware of that. I was just just hoping that everything will just come together, and just walking Belgrade and seeing a lot of WordPress people. Hey, WordPress people! It's been amazing. It's been amazing, and it's a dream come true. And I believe that now, when everyone is here, I'm just thrilled and super excited about the whole thing.
And everybody's saying good things.
Yes.
Everybody's loving it here.
Yes.
I hear nothing but compliments. The people are so lovely. The food is so great. Everybody's taking good care of us. I haven't felt, totally taken care of.
What did you learn in Paris that helped make this event in Belgrade a success?
Wow, that's a really hard question. I could go a lot of different directions. You go.
I learned a lot from Jenny and how she handled the local team. So she gave me really good directions. Even in Paris, she's like, hey, just like these are the things how I handled, and it's just like a couple of things, like don't take a lot of yourself. She handled a great job in Paris, and I was about to just like handle the team. I think she really helped me with that. Starting from Paris, we talked a lot in Paris. It's just clean it off. So like just this is how you're gonna manage your team, and this is just directions that you can follow. Feel free to do whatever you want, but just these are the things that.
Here's what I learned.
Yeah. And I learned a lot about the team management, let's say.
Yeah, I think for me it was the transition to, okay, my role's going to be a lot different, and because I had that experience, and it was a pretty intense experience, and the previous year where I got to be on actually two other teams, so I did the rounds, I guess, and so as I was stepping into the lead of, or the role of global lead, I've been saying to people as I start talking about this, because this is a kind of recurring question, I realized that this year the event has been their project. Like all of these people, they did all the work, right? This is their event, that was their project, and my project this year has been the team. And I think that because of the experience I had and what I felt I needed, I really wanted to make that part of my experience was, okay, how can I really concentrate on this team, on its growth, on its health, on its sustainability? So that's what I learned in Paris, was the need and the importance of making sure that was part of the project. Yeah.
Okay, so how is the global lead role different from the local lead? Do you prefer one over the other? Especially now that you've tried both?
You tell me. You tell me. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say I was hesitant going in for a third year and in this role. Paris was really my project. That was where my heart was. That was where my motivation was. So drumming up the motivation for this was actually really difficult for me, I'm not gonna lie. And I can't, now that I've been through it, now that I actually realize what it was. It was really a discovery for me. What can I bring in this role? What is my purpose? How can I serve the team? It has become about the team, and that's been great. So I don't think there's a preference. They're two very, very different roles. The local team, they're really about making it a good experience in this new place that everybody's going to be discovering for the first time. It's the hard work, it's the logistics, it's all of the small details, everything that's behind the scenes that make it so you walk in as an attendee, it just feels like you're at home, right? They do all of that hard work. Again, the global role, I think as it's become, because this has evolved, right? The team has really evolved in the last couple of years since things just exploded in Vienna. Is really about being that sort of team caregiver is the way I guess I would put it, making sure that there is good communication happening, making sure the team is healthy and happy and motivated, because you gotta get up and do this every day while you're also doing your day job, so that takes a lot. So I don't think I have a preference. I'm really, really glad to have experienced both roles, and I think you're just gonna do an amazing job. I think you are an amazing leader. Again, I've really seen you kind of grow into this role and do amazing things with your team and this whole project, and I have every faith that you're just gonna crush it one more time and really take this team, on a great ride for the next
And about
year.
the wearing the helmet, is that still on or can I take off?
I think you can take it off. I think you can relax a little
Thank
bit.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
What kind of impact has the event had on the local community?
I must say, used this event to grow our community, and we used our community to promote this event. So when we announced last year in Paris that Belgrade is going to be next, at the moment we had, I think, 5 or 6 cities only with running WordPress meetups, and currently we are on 14, and we are starting the 15th in July. So just WordCamp Europe and the conference itself was such a win for the whole community and for everyone. And on all those meetups, we talked about WordCamp Europe and what's coming and what is going to happen. And all of our talks was pretty much focused on WordCamp Europe and just promoting the event. So we grew the community.
Do we know how many Serbs are here today?
Yes, we have 400
Wow.
Serbs, and also what was really good for the organizers, we have I think 20, and we had 40 applications for the organizing team, but 20 is more than enough. We had to use someone as a backup, and fortunately say someone no, but yeah, around 20 organizing team.
In its 6th year running, WordCamp Europe probably has many aspects of organization down to a well-oiled machine. What parts are still challenging every time you do the event?
I must say that we are changing cities, we are changing countries every year. So as much as I think that we are prepared, you don't know like what's going to be challenged in the next country. So I think that's the most challenging part, and everything that comes with it. Serbia is not part of the EU, so we had to prepare our sponsors for our customs and all the issues that could come across. So that was one of the big concerns. But we started communicating that with our sponsors even in September, October. So we prepared them for the Serbian laws and everything, customs. So.
Yeah, there's a lot we've learned that help us anticipate some of those problems. We still have them sometimes because you just can't, control everything. But I agree with Milan that changing venues is our biggest challenge in terms of what's working really well. I think this team is really working well in terms of how we've restructured, and now we've created 2 new teams in the last 2 years. So last year we created our PR team, and this year we created our attendee services team. So we're also growing the team to kind of help with those tasks that had fell, but didn't really have ownership and really needed somebody to step in and help us, make up for that growth and fill those gaps. But I think then every year we have this this desire, of course, to not have to reinvent the wheel every time we do things, but also allow the teams to take ownership and do things new. So like content, for example, you might say, oh, speakers, oh, that's not so hard. You just do a call for speakers and you review the applications and you come up with a program. But no, people like to innovate. New people who come in and they take control of the team, they want to innovate, they want to do new stuff, and we want to provide new experiences for attendees. So I think there's always things that we try to pass on year to year so that people don't have to make it up as they go. I think that's part of the fun too, right?
What is the most rewarding aspect of organizing an event at this scale?
For the local team? For the local team or in general?
In general, what kind of stories have you heard that just make you feel like, wow, this was all worth it, all of my time and investment?
Oh, those people out
Yes,
there.
yes.
Those
exactly.
smiling faces.
Those smiling faces, and just, I may be biased, but for a lot of people, this is the first time they're visiting Serbia.
Yeah.
So this is from my point and from the point of the local team, it's really rewarding, that one. But all those people just enjoying the event, that's something that says like, yeah, this was an amazing thing.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
Will you continue to be involved next year?
Yes.
No.
Gonna take a little break.
I am lovingly starting to refer to tonight's after party as my retirement party from the WordCamp organization. I've had a really fantastic few years organizing WordCamps, 3 with WordCamp Europe and 2 with WordCamp Paris prior. I will come back in some capacity, but
We will chat, you promise.
they've got this. They don't need me. I'm gonna get out of their way and let them do their thing. But this guy's gonna be
Yeah.
great. Can we go ahead and say it that this guy is going to be leading the global team next year?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
We'll be leading the
That
2019. Yeah. Official. I'll be leading. I'm taking the Jenny's role
Yeah.
and be leading the 2019. Yeah,
Can you say where it is yet?
it's gonna be in Berlin.
Awesome, great news.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
So, what in the application impressed the team who was selecting the city?
Their application is great. Just the structure, and they covered all of those things that we needed, starting from venue, budgets, and everything. Just enough for us to say like, yes, this is going to be amazing. Yeah.
The German community, I think,
Yeah.
has been working toward this for a while. It's a big undertaking, right? I mean, it takes a lot of. Just getting through the application process is already an enormous investment, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think all of our applicants really put the
Yes.
work in, and that's great to see. People are really passionate about keeping this project going and hosting WordCamp Europe. And I think the final decision came down to the accessibility of Berlin, again, a country we haven't visited before, and reasonable prices. We always kind of look at hotel costs and travel costs and how easy it is to take a flight in or a train in or come by car. So those are all factors. We try to make it relatively objective. We have kind of a scoring system that we use. That's probably something we could write about, maybe share our
Yes.
process with
Yeah,
the public
definitely.
at some points that
Definitely.
we've been improving on over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole application is a super long process.
Yeah.
They came a long way through it. Even for Belgrade, we've been working on the application from September 2015. Super slow in the beginning, but and I know that Bernard and his team, they've been working for quite some time,
Yeah.
just preparing, and they covered everything.
Yeah.
And it's gonna
Did
be
a really good
amazing.
job.
It's gonna be amazing.
It is.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, as you pass the torch to the next group of organizers, what advice do you have to offer them?
I'll be the one saying like wear helmets. I'll be the one.
Poor
just-
Bernard.
Yeah, poor Bernard.
My message is take care of yourselves. This is a lot of work, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. I know
Yeah.
it's a little cliche, but it's really true. We have to stay the distance. We have to take care of each other.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on each other. Make sure that we're all feeling included and motivated. I think that's a thing we learned this year
Yes.
about a lot of new people coming in when there's a lot of us who've known each other for years. is really making sure that the new people are feeling a part of the group and getting not only the information they need, but the care and the support that they need. Because you got to stay motivated throughout the year, and that's easier said than done sometimes.
Yeah. That's why we had town halls. That's why we had all those amazing things that just kept the team together.
Those were really successful this year. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yes, that was amazing. In the beginning we had bi-weekly, so local team had like weekly meetings, and I don't know, maybe we should just have it calculated, like how much time we spent and how many meetings we had. But I don't know, like we started weekly, and as Jenny said, we just had to keep the spirit alive, just like
keep the energy going.
Keep the energy going.
Yeah,
Yes.
Is there anything you're going to miss when you've moved on and this WordCamp is just a memory? Anything that you're taking away personally from organizing this event?
Well, especially for this event, it's been a long process for me. So kind of not thinking about the Sava Center, I'm not thinking about the Belgrade. I'm gonna miss that. And but joking aside, we have to leave it and just focus from now on to 2019 forming teams and everything. But I'm gonna miss these guys, like everything we had, that energy. Yeah.
Same. I'm gonna miss you guys. I'm gonna have a hard time not poking my nose and getting your business.
But you promised that from time to time.
If you need me, I'm here for you.
Yes.
That's for sure. But I'm gonna take this all with me. Yeah, I'm gonna take all this experience with me. I've learned a lot in the last few years, and
not to forget the handbooks that we have.
Yes, that we still haven't gotten out,
Yes.
but are actually getting pretty close.
Yes.
We're going to be publishing the WordCamp Europe handbook, and we talked a lot with Make Community team about, well, do we really need a handbook? Because a lot of WordCamps are popping up with their handbooks, and it's true that there is a lot of overlap, so we don't want to be redundant. We certainly don't want to detract from the kind of centralized handbook that exists. But there's a lot of particularities about our event that I think, on the one hand, we really want to have available for our upcoming teams so that they can get oriented, and really there's a lot of information, there's a lot to know, and it can be a lot to digest. So having that in a really easy place to be able to consult, etc. But also to share our experience as maybe other flagship events might be popping up, or want to take inspiration or learnings from what we've done. And stuff that it doesn't even have to be flagship events, local events can maybe benefit from some of our ways of doing things, etc. So it's something that we're hoping to get up still soon, so I might actually hang around for a few weeks and help finalize that, and that will be made public. Yeah, that would be really cool.